This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, my name is Sujit. I will be the instructor for this training program. I'm having total 13 plus years of experience in IT. I worked as a Java developer and then I worked on to the integration platforms. Right now I am an international corporate trainer for Mulesoft across Philippines and Australia mostly, and for retail batches in US, UK and New Zealand. So these are the regions where I'm giving a corporate trainings actually. So this is my 148 batch. I have trained around 1500 plus near to 1600 candidates. So in my all batches. So this is my track record. One of the greatest achievement is who and all are appeared for the certification exam after the completion of my training program, practical oriented training program. None of them failed in the certification. Not only based on the questions, fully hands-on experience you will be getting out of this training. So this is the small background of mine. So in once the batch is starting from tomorrow, once the candidates are finalists, we will go in depth of my introduction and everything. So I don't want to take your introduction right now because it's a, I mean, I think it's a, I mean, without confirming the candidates, if I take the time, it will waste of time in the demo session. So so I'm skipping that part and moving forward. And yeah, I can see Ranga and Siva. I think you are from Visual Path. At the same time, I have you already attended my demo earlier also in for the morning batch, if I'm not wrong, Ranga, if I remember correctly. Ranga, if you can speak.
Yes, I attended one of your demos, but not the actual demo, I guess. Yeah, I think I attended.
Okay. So today's a demo session. That's what just I want to reiterate that. So that you will take a call whether to continue or not. I don't want to waste your time. It's up. I mean, a very valuable time for everyone.
That's fine. I will. Yeah, you carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So this is about my short introduction, and I hope everyone are here for Mulesoft training, isn't it? No confusions, right? With the vendors, a lot of communications are gaps are happening nowadays. So a lot of vendors who work for me. So I'm just want to clarify, everyone are here to learn about a Mulesoft, and
Yes.
very important, interactive sessions. The sessions should be an interactive sessions, please. So everyone, please unmute your mics and please respond back to my questions if you don't mind. So here,
Yes.
everyone are here to
Also,
learn Mule 4. Yeah, yeah. So I divided this demo session around 50 minutes to 1 hour into three parts. Let me use my drawing board. So let me use my drawing board here. I think Kavita also joined. Hi, Kavita. I think you also completed my demo and you already confirmed for this batch from tomorrow, right? So yeah,
yes, exactly.
I'm yeah. Okay. So uh, I divided this demo session into three parts. First part I will be talking about, I mean, how you are going to get a hands-on experience. What are the resources I am going to provide for this training program? What are the documents I am providing mainly? I can say. Then I will talk about a MuleSoft use case, one simple use case where anyone can understand, and then some prerequisites and the agenda for this training program. These are the three things which I'm going to cover in this demo session. Okay. So first, when I talk about resources, we'll go with the PPT ones. Okay. Only for this demo session only I have a PPT, not for all. So we are going to learn about MuleSoft 4.x. I have written a 4.x. So anyone here, before coming to the demo session, definitely you might have done some R&D on this, and you know what is a MuleSoft 4. What is this for? Can anyone can give me some small point on that, if you don't mind? What is that 4 and 4.x? What is this? Any idea? Anyone, please?
It will be a version.
It's a
Mule
Mule version.
versions.
I mean, it's a Mule version. I mean, Mule integration platform version. I can say literally Mule runtime version, I can say. Okay, so it's a Mule. We are going to discuss about Mule 4. This Mule 4 was introduced in June 2018 after acquired by the Salesforce. You know, by this time Mulesoft is acquired by the Salesforce. In 2018 they made it as a public Mule 4. .x represents always the minor versions. So before Mule 4 there was a Mule 3.9, ending one is 3.9. After that we got Mule 4. In that 4 we started with the 4.1. Right now we are in a 4.4. That is a minor version change. So right now we are going to discuss about the latest version only, which is nothing but a Mule 4.4. So after completion of my training, you can aim for MCD level 1 certification. There are level 1 and level 2. This course is designed in such a way where you can, I mean, partially complete the agenda for a level 2 also. Why the differentiation is, level 2 was introduced recently, very recently, in the Mulesoft. Till that time only level 1. Okay, so all the agenda what my curriculum is talking about is level 1, some points in level 2 as well. So once you are able to understand about the content what I'm providing here, you can easily grasp about the level 2 concepts also, that easy that those are. So we can aim for level 1 that's why I'm telling straight away we can aim for level 1 certification. And also, if you guys don't have any vouchers, from personally from my side, I can arrange some discounted vouchers for you. I can arrange some discounted vouchers for you. Okay, so what is the discount voucher and what, how we can provide that, all these things, once I join to the sessions, once you join to the sessions in mid of the training, whenever you want to write a certification, I can assess at that point of time, right? So yeah, this is about a certification perspective. Then
Sorry,
yeah, here
Sujit.
yes please, yeah.
Can I ask questions in between while you are talking, or
No problem, no
okay.
problem. But
So
not out
so
of the context, which is strict to the context. Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you stick to the context only. I remember you mentioned about the certification last time,
Uh-huh.
previous also. But
Hmm.
how important is this certification? Will
I
it
recommend
as
actually. Important in the sense, sir. Actually, uh, if you go, I mean, this is common logic. Everyone will tell how important in the sense. If you go for, if you are putting that certificate, you are certified developer in resume. The weightage is totally different when you compare with others, right? So nowadays, all the clients are also asking for a certified developers than general MuleSoft experience. So that much important, but it is not mandatory anywhere that you need to write a certification. But I recommend to write a certification, but that is not a big deal at all. You can easily crack that, you can easily write the certification, you can ignore that only if you join to my sessions. That's what I can say confidently. Yeah.
yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah. So 60% hands-on and 40%. See the ratio which I have given just a numerical, but actually I can say my total sessions of 30 working hours. In the 30 working hours from my side, daily 1 hour, evening 7 to 8 as per IST timing. This is the same timeline which I'm going to start from tomorrow. Okay, but the point is, I just written 60/40. But when you come to actual scenario, out of my 30 working hours, only first 3 4 sessions only will be theoretical, like this, where I draw the pictures and I'll explain the concepts, like for example, let's take one of the batch. So where I talk about what is a web service, what I mean, different concepts like what is a loose coupling, logical coupling, and what is a ESB, what is an orchestration, what is an SDLC, and what is the architecture of any point platform. And then till here, till here only I will talk about, I mean, theoretically, because everyone should understand before coming to the session what is, I mean, what is a MuleSoft, what is an integration, what are the concepts present in it. So theoretically I explain now all the concepts. Once you are able to understand about that, once you are familiar about that, then we will move on to the Mule application actual scenario, the practical scenario. So out of my 30 sessions, first 4 sessions will be fully theoretical part, and from there onwards we'll start with our first hello world program in our MuleSoft, how to develop the Mule application. Okay, that's what the ratio means here. Okay, Then how to practice? Every day I will complete the session, right? 1 hour. And I will be providing the video also with you. You can download to your local system. Whenever you want lifetime access, you can download and you can use it. So how to practice? I will tell the tips also how to practice. Not by watching the video, you should not practice anytime. That is wrong practice, I can say. Watch the video, understand the concept. Sometimes one person may understand the concept in one go by directly listening to the session. Few people not able to go in a single go. They will go to the recording, revise the recording multiple times, and then they can understand the concept. So however it is, first understand the concept, what I told in the session, then come on to the lab documentation. For every topic in the agenda, I have given a lab document. Let me open the lab document. Once you enroll to the training program, I will be giving one zip file. Let me show you that zip file as well. So I will be giving two zip files basically. One is docs and one is softwares. These two zip files, ignore about the softwares right now. Concentrate on the docs. Once you download this docs, you will be getting a one zip file. Once you extract that, you will be getting a labs and workspace. So if you can see here in the labs and workspace, for every topic I have created a document and given to you. Every topic I have given a document to you. It's a very simple English language I used. My intention is this course is designed in such a way any newcomer who are coming from non-IT background also should understand the concept. That is my ultimate idea. Okay. Even though you are experienced, very much experienced in integration platform, finally I came to know from experience like 20 years of experience candidate also. He told that it's a brush up for him very well. So it is a brush up for you. So yeah. So let me open one of the document. Okay, let me open this database endpoint document randomly. I'm just using random document. All the documents will be in a same way. You can see step by step process I have given. Where I feel there is a logic, I have given a screenshot also for that document. Step by step process I have given here. So when you come to this document, already by the time you already heard the session, you know what you are reading and what you are what you are practicing into as well, right? So no need to worry, everything will be understandable by you, because simple English language. At the same time, by the time already you completed the session also, you know what you are going to read. So for every document, sorry, for every topic there is one document here. So after reading the document, where you will practice, we require one platform to practice. We required to develop the application, we required one platform, that is nothing but Anypoint Studio. In Mule we use Anypoint Studio is one IDE. We'll call this as an Anypoint Studio, where we will drag and drop. Everything is a drag and drop here. See, everything is a drag and drop from the left side, because this entire Mule application is written by using a Java and Spring framework. Doesn't mean that everyone should know about Java and Spring framework. People coming from non-IT background also nowadays working on a Mulesoft. How? Because of this drag and drop option features. Very easy. Once you drag and drop of any of the component, corresponding XML will be created on default, by default. You don't need to do anything here. If you do any changes here, automatically updated in the graphical representation also. So this is a very good feature which is provided by the Mulesoft in Mule 4 especially, about a drag and drop options here. Okay. So once you drag and drop, only you need to know for that requirement what logic you should write. You should understand that. So once you come to the conclusion that you need to write some logic in the sense you are not writing any code here. You will just drag and drop the component. I will talk about each and every corner of any point studio, how to use it and how to set up from setup to the advanced level. So you don't need to worry. So this is the platform we are going to use, Anypoint Studio, to develop your Mule application. So why I came to this point here is, there is a lab document, right? By reading the lab document, you need to practice. So for every topic I have given some workspaces also. That means for every topic I will follow start and solution approach. Start and solution. You can import this start project into the Anypoint Studio. You can start practicing from the scratch. So whatever the requirement I have given in the document, already solution is provided in the solution project. So you can import the solution, you can refer the solution also in that. So start project is like an empty project where you can start from the scratch. Solution is project is a which I created for reference purpose. So anywhere you no need to waste your time, immediately you can get the answer for the question what you have. So in that case, if you're not able to, I will give my number and email id. Whenever you are practicing, if you have any questions, you can post me that question. I will respond whenever I'm free. At the same time, if I'm not responding by tomorrow, any which is in the tomorrow session, you can cut me. Okay, so anytime your questions are not going to unanswered, everything will be answered. Okay, so fully hands-on experience out of my training program offer all the topics. I will explain, I will demonstrate within one POC, and I will be giving some assignment on top of that. Okay, so this is how you will be getting a fully hands-on experience on the concepts. Any questions in this, like about the resources what I am providing and how to practice? Any questions on top of this? Any questions?
Do we need to buy any license to
Nothing.
get any client access?
Nothing. You will be getting a 30 trial versions. After 30 days again you can you can download and you can extract it again 30 days will start. So till now I'm giving a training on mule from last 4.5 years. I have not purchased it.
Uh,
Not required. Trial versions are there. Yeah, any other questions please? No? Yes, no? You need to respond either yes or no please, so that I can move forward without wasting any time. Yes, no?
Yeah, hi Sujit. This is
Yes,
Akash.
yes, please. Yes,
So by
Akash.
seeing and practicing these topics, can we
Ah.
get the fully hands-on experience on application like developing of API
Of course, of
on
course.
Studio?
Very good question actually. When you talk about APIs, I forgot to mention that point. In the lab documents, if you can see, I have created separately for the RAML. That means API, separate documentation. Okay, I'm going to explain from the zero line to the extended level, and for every concept I have given a raml file also, which I already created. So which will be giving a lot of information about a creation of API by using a raml. You can clear
Yep.
the raml certification also by using these documents what I provided. So I mean to say, from zero level to the advanced level, I will take you from the in the Mulesoft while creating an API or creating an application, whatever the name you give.
Okay, so uh, a straight question from my side. By attending your classes and practicing your videos and on Studio creating APIs, so after joining the job,
No, 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 no,
do
no.
we need any
Sorry.
support?
We are not creating APIs by using a studio. We are going to create an APIs by any point platform, cloud platform. Studio is only to
Okay.
develop the application.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So after this completing of our sessions like classes, do we need any support in our job or we can directly
See,
get
MuleSoft is a
some?
very, very, very vast subject. I'm not promising here anything like I'm going to complete everything. According to the agenda, we'll stick on to that. That is a I'm trying to giving a platform to you. What is a MuleSoft and
Mhm.
how the integration platform works, and types of integrations. So on basis on that knowledge, when the requirement comes, you need to follow the documentation of the MuleSoft, and you need to improve your logic over there. So I cannot promise that everything whatever I told you can replicate in your job. So I
Yeah.
cannot comment on whether you require a support or not. Total depends on you.
Okay, Suji.
I'm
Thank you.
very clear on that.
Sujit,
At the same time, I want you to be also very clear on that.
Of course, of course. Thank you.
Yep. Yes, yes. Any other questions?
just one more point.
Hmm.
The concepts whichever being explained,
Hmm.
it can be implemented in the real time, right? All the concepts
Otherwise,
will
why
be
will not
covered in
explain?
this.
Otherwise, why I will
So,
explain? No, right?
so all the
No, not.
concepts will be explained, right?
That's what I'm trying to say. The agenda what I'm going to talk is the types of integrations. So if I explained about database concept, you should be familiar about Salesforce. As an integration developers, you are going to connect with the multiple external applications, right? So we cannot explain about a Salesforce individually. If I'm explaining about a database, similar concept you need to apply for Salesforce. Like that. If I'm explaining about how to consume a REST API, it could be any REST API. I'm telling the concept of how to consume the REST API by using a mule. One example. Same example you can replicate to other REST APIs also. Like that you need to implement. Of course, all my scenarios are replication of real-time scenarios only. Yeah, Chandana, is it clear? Your question? Hello?
I'm good.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, Sujit, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Shall we move on? Okay. Before going to the next step, I will talk about the prerequisites of a system first. We required, in order to work with any point studio, we required, my training will be on Windows machine. So please ensure that you have Windows machine with the 10 or 11 OS and minimum 2 gigahertz processor, not i3 processors. Ensure that you have i5 processors minimum and minimum 8 GB RAM. 8 GB RAM should be there. Actual Mulesoft supports or recommended 16 GB. Everyone will not have that. 8 GB is also fine, but you need to have patience in order to get a response. Sometime it will take when you compare with others. So 8 GB is also fine. So Windows 10 machine, 2 gigahertz processor, and then 8 GB RAM. These are the minimum system requirements you should have in order to work with any point studio in Mulesoft. Yeah, is it clear? Any questions on this system requirement? No? Okay.
Doesn't work on i3 processor.
i3 processor, no sir, no, it will not. I can say, if I say yes, if you join to the sessions and if you have i3 processor, continuously you will get issues. It will get issue. You will get issues. The architecture of i3 processor will not support. Into the any point studio. That's what I understood in my training and my experience. Yeah. Okay. So now you understood what I am going to provide and how my support will be there for you to learn this tool. Okay. Only you need to enroll to the training program. From there, every installation, everything will be taken care by me. Just you need to, follow my instructions and ensure that complete the assignments on daily basis. Weekly we have 5 sessions, right? So 5 sessions by end of the week, you need to complete. If you're working, I know if you are there from working professionals, they may find very hard time to practice those, but complete that within a weekend at least. So that's what expected. So by completion of this first week, you need to complete all the concepts what I discussed in the first week, because everything is connected to one here. Every concept is connected to one. So I recommend that to do in the same way. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is a Mulesoft? As an integration developer, what is your role? Where we stand exactly? That's what we are going to see with a use case. If anyone already completed my demo session already, you may feel that it is a repeated one. I'm not expecting any answers from you because you already completed that. I want the answers from the new people who joined now, uh, for interaction purpose. Okay. For example, let's take, there is one client application. Let's take smart bricks. Smart bricks. So what is the smart bricks? Actually is a live example. Actually, I can say smart bricks is, let me open that through website. Yeah. What is this? Just online comparison shopping website. Okay. So he is my client. Actually, understand that he is my client. And what is his requirement? He want to connect with. I'm just telling the overview. Don't worry. I'm going to talk about this use case again in when I talk about loose coupling and logical coupling in depth. Okay. So don't worry. I'm just giving a overview here. SmartBricks want to connect with the two e-commerce applications. What are the two e-commerce applications? Let's take Amazon is one and Flipkart is one. Okay. So what is this requirement? If any of the user walk into the website and if we type for the product and if we click on a search button, the request should go to these two applications Amazon and Flipkart and to get the details of that particular product. For example, let's take iPhone. Any of the user walk into the website, and if you type for iPhone 14 and if you click on a search button, the request should go to all these Amazon and Flipkart applications concurrently. That means at a time. And then for example, let's take iPhone 14 details in Amazon will be like this: price 80K. Here it is tagged as cost 85K. Okay, this is the values, these are the values. His requirement is what? He want to display that values 80K and 85K on his web application in a single page, so that user can easily compare. So if the details are coming from Amazon, he want to give an Amazon image. If it details are coming from Flipkart image. Okay, and he want to map this 80K and 85K to fair. I can use a fair, just synonyms I'm using here. Here it is tagged as a price, cost, and here is fair. So first point, how the request will send from the SmartPrix application to Amazon and Flipkart concurrently. Concurrently means at a time. Okay, let's assume it is sent, and they will execute some logic and give the response back, right? Who will gather the response and who will transform the data? That means 80 and 85K to fair. So transformation to be done into the client format. For example, let's take he's asking for JSON format. Okay, so who is doing all this? There is some integration platform in between. What they will do, they will listen for the request from the client, and then the request will send by one of the component. This component you use at your home also. Can anyone guess and tell me what is the component name? From outside it will take the LAN signal, LAN connection, and what are the devices connected to that? What are the devices connected to that? It will scatter the signal to all the devices. What is that component? By this time it come to your mind. What, I mean, all your electronic devices are connected to what
Router,
component?
network, Wi-Fi,
Router,
router.
right? Router. What it will do, it will take the LAN signal as an input and it will scatter the request, that means the signal, to all the electronic devices connected to that, right? Here also I named it as a router. Router is sending the request to all, and according to the input request, this Amazon application will execute logic and give the response back to the router. Okay, so what is the data we have here by this time? 80K under the price and under cost 85K. Okay, so concurrently I sent by using a router, and now I need to do the transformation. There is very important component in entire transformation concept. What is that? Transformer, which will convert from one format to another format in Mule by using data weave expressions. I'm going to talk about fundamental, I mean basic level data weave expression to some advanced level data weave expressions in our sessions. So by using this data weave expressions, we are going to convert this entire thing into client desired format. What I'm going to do, I'm going to map that prices, that means fair 80K and 85K from different application by taking this as an input. So somehow I will do. Okay, how we will do that in our sessions by using a data expressions. We will see this use case again practically also. So somehow I converted that into client desired format. That format will be given back to the client. So once the data is given to the client, the web developer who is there, he will take care of the presentation layer to display what is the image, what is the color, what is the font. All this information will be displayed by the web developer over there. But as an integration developer, what you are trying to do, you are carrying the data from one location to another location as a donkey. Donkey, what it will do? Will it do the same work? Carry the goods from one location to another location? Here, have you seen the mule icon? How the mule icon came into the picture? If you closely observe, yeah, we as a middleware or as a middle entity, we are connecting with the source and destination entities, right? Carrying the goods, that means carrying the data from one location to another location. In between we will do a number of modifications according to the client requirement and all these things, by using a different type of integration techniques, and by using a data wave expressions, by catching the exceptions, all these concepts which we are going to discuss in our sessions, right? So as a integration developer, as a middleware developer, you are going to take the request from the client, and consume the third party applications like Amazon and Flipkart, and connecting, get the data, transforming the data according to the client requirement, and then the data is given back to the client. So you are going to act as a middle person here. Okay, I am just giving basically people coming from different backgrounds, right? I just want everyone to understand the use case here, so that they will get some familiarity about a mule application, what you are going to do, what is what is the role of you as a developer. Okay, so understood everyone here? Yes, no?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is about a simple use case. I know it's a very, very simple use case. We are going to talk about a lot of complex scenarios also in our sessions. Yeah. You can see all my batches are, I mean, from us for Australia batches and Philippine batches, 6 p.m., 8 p.m. batches are, so everywhere I use the same strategies throughout, right? And then agenda, which is very important point, is agenda. Okay, let me quickly take you through the agenda. Don't feel that I'm going a little bit fast, because time constraints. Demo I cannot compress in 1 hour, because if I want to go elaborately, because demo is a very important point where you can take a call whether to join to the session or not. Very important session, in my perspective. So I need to give entire information about the course, so that's why I require time. So 1 hour is not much sufficient, so that's why I'm going little bit faster. Don't mind please. In our sessions I'm not like this. I'm going very slow, I will go very slow. Okay, yeah. So uh, remember this use case. I will talk about the agenda related to this use case. Entire Mulesoft is incorporated in this use case only. Okay, let's see. Yeah, first point we are going to talk about, first of all, why this integration is required. Okay, so what is a point to point integration, and what is the idea to, I mean, what are the problems we have with the point to point integration, how to overcome the problems by using an ESB, enterprise service bus. Okay, in that concept, we will see integration concepts like what is an orchestration, and what is a hierarchy of a mule application, how it look like, and then architecture of any point platform. As I told you, first 4 sessions will be theoretical. This module 1 will talk about that, as I shown you here. Till here till here about orchestration and architecture of any point platform where I talk. This is end of your theoretical part, which is nothing but a module 1. By this time I am sure that you are pretty much aware of what is a MuleSoft by this time, and what is integration platform by this time. Okay, then we'll start with the first hello world program. Okay, we'll start with our first hello world program. Someone is sending messages which is deviating me actually. Yes, Ranga, I'm sharing the screen. Is it audible? Sorry, is it visible to everyone? I'm in module 2 Mule Basics.
Yes, it is.
Yes, right. Okay. So yeah, module 2 we'll talk about first hello world program. Why I choose this first hello, I mean first program as a very basic program, hello world. You need to understand, this picture. If you are able to understand this picture, that means you are through with the MuleSoft. Remember this picture. Okay, if you join to the sessions, from where the request is coming, how my mule application, this flow is nothing but your mule application. So how your mule application is accepting the request, and then how it is converted into mule related request, and what are the components I'm going to use, basically the logic, in order to process that event. Finally, how the response is given back to the client. If you are able to understand the flow from the request, input request to output response, if you are able to understand thoroughly, any complex data view expressions or any complex flow also will follow the same sequence of flow. Okay, that's why I chosen very simple hello world program here in order to understand. Once you are able to understand that, we will move on to slowly dynamic expressions slowly. Okay, how to get dynamic value based on a dynamic input, not only constant inputs. So dynamic values, query parameter, URI parameter, like that. Okay, so whenever you see there is a lab, please understand there is a lab document for that particular topic. I have already shown you the lab document over there. Okay, then yeah, Mule is totally about the modules. When you compare with the Mule 3 with the Mule 4, Mule 4 is very simple. They made it as very simple because of the modularity. Around 300 plus modules are there in Mule 4, right? So they have recently added one module called Java module. By seeing the name Java, don't think that we require a Java knowledge, so only Java developers can do. No, please remove that from your mind. Zero Java knowledge, because for let example I will tell you. You purchase one Android mobile. Do you know how they designed it, or do you need to know how to play with that application? Yeah, as an user you need to know how to play with that application, not design. Same way, Mulesoft is designed by using a Java language. Doesn't mean that you require Java knowledge here. So you need to know how to drag and drop the connectors, when to drag and drop the connectors, how to configure the connectors. Okay, so how to play with that application you need to aware. Okay, in that process, some Java developer has given a Java class to you. As an integration developer, you are going to invoke or consume multiple classes or multiple third-party applications. In that process, some Java developer has given a class to you. How you are going to invoke, or how you are going to use that Java class here? By using a Java module. Specifically, we have taken this one because this is recently added, Java module. Okay, and we have a lab for that. Till module 3, hello world project, Java module project, all are created on your local system, and you deployed it on your local system. Okay, now in module 4 we are going to talk about, once your application is developed, how you are going to deploy that in the production servers, production Mule servers. So that Mule servers are in the production environment, so that comes under a deployment strategies. On premises, the servers are running on your on premises, or the servers are running on a cloud platform, or there is a one more strategy called hybrid deployment strategy. So in this module 4 we'll talk about on premises deployment strategy and hybrid deployment strategy. Okay, in depth, particularly about how to configure, what are the configurations we need to give inside that runtime manager. When I say runtime manager, which is nothing but a hybrid model. So everything we will see in our module 4 practically. Theory is done only in the first theoretical, for only in first module only theory. All these are practical scenarios only. Yeah, type of integrations I told, right? In this picture, when I show you just now a SmartBricks application. Yeah, Amazon application is exposed the services as a REST API. Assume this Flipkart application exposed as a SOAP API. From your Mule application, you are consuming this REST API and SOAP API, correct? That's what we are going to learn. How to consume, how to write a logic, how to write a logic to consume a REST API, how to write a logic to consume a SOAP API. Simply I told on router, but lot of information present inside that. So how to consume a REST API and how to consume a SOAP API, we have a detailed sessions for that, and we have a 2 lab documents for. Okay, individual documents. REST is separate, SOAP is separate. And one more type of integration, file integration. If files are present in your local file system, how you are going to read the file, write the file. If any new file is added, how automatically your file endpoint will be pull onto the system. So all these things comes under file endpoint. So one thing you need to observe, in Mule 4, every operation is given as a connector. By using any connector, we can establish a connection with a third-party application. File read is one operation that is given as a connector. Write is one operation that is given as a connection. Every operation is given as a connection. And for example, let's take database. Select is one operation, one query. Insert is one query. Everything is given individually as a connector. By using that connectors, we can establish a connection with the external sources. Okay. So file endpoint. Next, one more type of integration, system based integration. I'm going to connect with the external database. How I'm going to connect with the database? There is one module in Mule called database module. As I told you, select operation, all these operations are nothing but a connectors. By using any of the connector, we are going to see how to establish a connection with the third party. We are going to use MySQL as a database vendor here. MySQL. Yes, Kavita, you are asking, you raised your hand.
Yes, Sujit. So, are there only two types of web services that we are going to use in real-time world?
Of
I don't
course.
think so because there are a lot more.
What are those? REST and SOAP only?
No. So, I'm just asking this query to you. Like, all the applications that are running are based on REST and SOAP only.
They will
Don't we
expose the
get any
service as a REST
other?
and there are two type of web services only, REST and SOAP
Okay.
only.
Okay. I got my answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So module 7 is talking about database concept. We will see how to establish a connection with the database, and then once you establish a connection, how you are going to externalize. Why we need to externalize? Because if I hardcode the connection details at your application level, I can deploy only in a development environment. But the same application, if I want to deploy in a production environment, I need to externalize that properties to some external files. So how to externalize that? That comes under externalization concept. Okay, you externalize the properties. Once you externalize the properties, how you are going to secure those? How you are going to secure those? Because you cannot configure the credentials at your application level. Anyone can use that, and anyone can see that. So you need to encrypt that. So how to encrypt and how to decrypt that as well? So that comes under securing the properties. So in module 7 we are going to discuss about all these three concepts. We have a multiple labs for that. Yeah, I will not talk about watermarking right now because theoretically nothing is there. Practically I need to show. If I want to tell in one line, watermarking is a concept where it will store the state of the application. It will store the state of the application. Now if I deploy the application, the state will be stored somewhere. That place is called object store. Okay, with the practical scenario I'll explain what is the state at your server level, how where it will be stored, what is the object store, what are the temporary files it will be stored. All these things we'll see. Then very important point called domains. As a developer, let's take you are a web developer. If you have a redundant logic, what you will do? If you have any redundant logic in your code, what you will do? You will write once and reuse it. Correct? Same way, Mule is totally about a connections. Mule is totally about a connections. So if you have repeated connections or redundant connections, if I say, how you are going to reduce that? Here also we will write once and reuse that. Where we need to write, that is nothing but a domain project. So like Mule project, you can create a Mule domain project also. That domain project can be referred to all the projects which the configurations are in common. Okay, practically I will show you how to configure that. Yeah, routers, very important. Routers in our examples, what type of router I have seen, I have shown you now. This is a scatter gather, scattering the request to multiple applications and gathering the response also. So that's why you can say scatter gather router. Along with that, we will see about a choice router also. So when you come to the module 10, you can conclude that we completed a 50% of our sessions. All the concepts like types of integration, file integration, JMS integration, and web service based integration, database concept, file concept, putting all this together, including the scatter gather router, we are going to create one mini project here. Okay, so it's a cross check for you how far you are familiar about a particular component. Okay, I will give some assignment to you. You need to complete that assignment, that we can treat it as a mini project here. Yeah, one more type of integration, JMS based integration. So if you are sending a messages in a queue, how to publish the message to the queue, how to consume the message from the queue, how a pub sub model, how a publisher and a subscriber will work in that picture, in that context, and what is a pub sub. Okay, and then how your JMS module is going to be used in that case. So what are the connectors present in the JMS module? So each and every concept we are going to see in our JMS concept, and we have a lab for that. Yeah, till now what we have seen about the types of integrations, integration techniques, and the concepts. Okay, that means you are consuming the third party applications and getting the data. Okay, now once you get the data, your client requirement is to convert the data into the client desired format. So we need to use the data view expressions inside a transformer. So that's what we are going to talk here in a transformer 1 and a transformer 2. So what is the transformer 1 and transformer 2 doing here? In these two concepts, we'll talk about how to create your own functions, how to use the predefined functions, and how to use the few different data view expressions, and then how to convert from JSON to XML, XML to JSON, Java to XML. So different type of formats. So from fundamental level to advanced level concepts, I will take you in the transformer and data view language. Yeah, exception handling, very important concept in any programming. If you are coming from a programming background, you might have much aware of this. Exception handling everywhere, it will be here. Okay, when you compare with a mule 3 and a mule 4, I will say mule 4 exception handling is totally different. When you compare with a mule 3, the approach is totally different. Okay, the concept is maybe same, concept for that matters anywhere it is same, in Java it is same, everywhere it is same. Okay, but here how to use that concept in mule 4, what are the strategies they have given, that's what we are going to discuss. One of my favorite concept, very confusing concept, very interesting concept also, I can say. Okay, so how to catch the exception by using a continuous scope, propagate scope, how to raise your own errors, how to map the errors, how to create a custom errors. So all these things we will see in our exception handling session, and I'm going to take 2 sessions for this. Yeah, till now we have developed the application. In order to test that, we required some functional testing. Day in and out we do manual testing by sending a request and getting the output. Not that one, we need to write separately the test cases. How to write the test cases? Mulesoft has given a framework called munit framework. So that munit framework will help you in creating a test cases like unit testing and integration testing, and we are going to see few strategies in that. Actually, munit is not part of a fundamental because it's part of a level 2 certification. I included this one in this curriculum as well. Yeah, again the second leg is completed. Types of, I mean, transformation, exception handling, testing. Now actual scenario, entire SDLC will come into the picture now. So what is the SDLC? Software development life cycle. In that software development life cycle, what is the first step? What is the first step? Gathering the requirement. Assume that you gather the requirement. What is the next step? We will design. What you will design? We will design an API. So you need to know what is an API first. So what is the approach nowadays everyone is following? So is it traditional approach or API led connectivity approach? First of all, what is the API led connectivity? What are the layers present in it? Each layer is used for what? That means system layer, process layer, experience layer. What are those layers? So you need to understand. I will explain with a use case about API led connectivity. Then I will move on to, once you understand the power of an API, we are going to create one banking application now. So in that requirement, first we will see how to design an API. We are going to expose your mule application as a REST API. REST API means by using a RAML. So that's what I have shown you in the starting of the session. A lot of documentation I created for the RAML part. This is what I mean to say. So we are going to see how to design an API, how to mock the server of RAML before, because you want to get a feedback from a client. That will call simulation in that SDLC process. After that, we'll publish onto the exchange so that anyone can use that API for the development purpose. At the same time, we will get a feedback from the client. Once the sign off is done, then we'll go with the implementation. Till now, all your sessions types of integrations will talk about implementations only. So I don't want to repeat that again. So after the testing, a unit framework will be used for testing. After that, we will manage the API. So manage means what? Applying a security policies on top of the API to secure. Okay, and not only that, last but not the least, one more type of deployment strategy called Cloud Hub deployment strategy. Cloud Hub is the name given by the Mulesoft to the cloud platform, which is nothing but an iPaaS, integration platform as a service. So we'll see how to deploy the application onto the Cloud Hub environment also. Yeah, this 19 modules will take 30 working hours from my side, plus or minus 1 or 2 here and there, 30 working hours from my side. how much time you practice totally depends on you. Okay, after 1 hour session, how much time you can spend on this hands-on experience and the lab documents what I provided, that much knowledge you can gain from this concept. Like I can say literally 2 to 3 years of experience you can gain for my training program.
Where this orchestration fits?
Hmm?
The orchestration.
Which orchestration? I mean, I explained in the diagram. That one you are asking about?
No, no, orchestration. You said orchestration, right? Where that orchestration
Orchestration.
fits in this
Yeah, yeah,
market?
yeah, 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 yeah. So that comes under module 1 here. Who asked the question? Is it Ranga?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not clear, but yeah. Okay.
No, what is the question? Tell me, otherwise I will clear it. No,
No, no. Orchestration, it will come under after implementation, right? If you implement everything, then
no, no, no,
uh,
no.
will.
Orchestration concept we will understand. Entire your MuleSoft application will follow the orchestration concept. I mean to say,
Okay.
all your use cases is an orchestrated only. Say for example,
But
let's take any point studio. The logic is it orchestrated? The orchestration only, no.
uh,
Logic is orchestrated.
from third party, like
Uh,
like integration with
Orchestration is
some
not
other.
a process. Orchestration is not a process. It is a concept. If you are consuming a third party application, getting the data, on top of that you are doing the modification, that is nothing but an orchestration again, if you can call.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
No, no, it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Maybe later we can discuss. When we start that
Yes,
concept.
no problem. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions?
Yeah, Sujit.
Yes,
So
please.
this MuleSoft is, we can integrate to any system, right?
Yeah.
Uh, with the on-premise and the cloud
No, no. Integrate or deployment you're talking about.
integration. Basically, this is an integration tool, right? We are talking to two different systems.
That means you're talking with any application which is deployed on some servers, on
Right,
premises or cloud
right,
servers, you
right.
mean to ask.
Whatever the
Yeah.
platforms, we don't care.
Yes.
This will
Yes.
integrate those two.
Yeah.
So does this will support EDI also?
EDI, yes. There are separate connectors for EDI also here.
Oh, okay. So all these, adapters or whatever the connectors will come by default with the MuleSoft when you.
Exactly. Around 300 plus connectors are there. Yes.
Okay, okay. How it is different with some? There are many integration tools, right?
Yes,
In
there
the
are many
market.
integration tools like a Tipco. I mean, there are
Sterling,
many.
EDIC Burger, PIP,
Sterling, yeah.
SAP. Yeah,
So
there are many.
now,
Devboomi.
so I mean, I cannot compare like differences. Why it is booming nowadays? Because it is acquired by the Salesforce. That is one criteria. And nowadays, who are the clients for Salesforce? They are using MuleSoft first point. At the same time, it is it is center for enablement. That means at a central level, at an organization level, it is very easy to deploy the people to the people and to make people to understand about the concept of integration with this with this drag and drop options. So nowadays I can say that is so popular tool because of that.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Comparisons, I mean, of course, every tool is
No,
having their own
that
identity.
depends on the customer's
Yeah, totally depends. Yeah,
decision, but and their comfortability and
correct.
affordability. But what is the
And
advantage
subscription,
when you compare to other
subscription.
integrations in the market?
Yeah, I mean, at that we can decide at architect levels, not at a developer level, I can say.
Right, right.
Uh, and the subscription packages what they provide is very attractive. I can again, but
Oh,
nowadays
okay.
they
Okay.
increase. That is different story.
Yeah,
Previously, it was so popular
when
because of the
customer
subscription
perspective, right? When
packages.
you think about in customer perspective, they will think about all these, in the
Now,
upgrades also.
nowadays, the clients are asking to use MuleSoft only as an integration platform widely.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are going to start our sessions from tomorrow itself on the same time. Yeah. So can I get a count that who are going to continue from tomorrow? At least quick round of a call. No one. No one is going to continue. I will stop the recording. I don't want to go